Hello.
Good evening, folks. It's great to be here tonight. I can't possibly fill those shoes of that beautiful, blonde, curly-haired boy, Ricky Dykstra. But I will try. I love Ricky. He's one of the guys in our peer group. But folks, it didn't take me very long to cover Ricky tonight, because I took a look at this riding, and I felt a lot like I did back in 2000. What would it be? In 2000. Yeah, but 2006 or 7 when I started to go. See, guys at the back, I told you she was my boss. I really worked for her. Before I get started too far, I've got Ann Ayotte with me. She's the riding president for the Kenora Conservative Association. When Ann and I started as the candidate and her as the president, we were $1,300 in the hole. We've raised more than $250,000, spent more than $250,000. And we're ready to dump a can of whoop ass on whoever decides to run against us in the next federal election. So, more importantly than that, the reason why I was happy to come here and speak to you folks tonight is because we know a little thing or two about having to sit in the dressing room with our Snickers bars trying to figure out how to win. The Kenora riding had not been conservative in the previous century. And we had a tremendous task. Our riding at 326,760 square kilometers, 16 square kilometers, 42 First Nations, 8 municipalities, 25 of those communities not accessible by road, which even though we're the 4th largest riding in the country, we have the most isolated communities of any riding in the country. The challenge was formidable. But step by step, and with an attitude from the outset that we were here to help that team win today, which means today for you, which meant today for us, then we built a culture of victory. We knocked on doors. We raised money. We brought people in. We asked our progressive conservative friends and our conservative friends to come out, to talk to people, to go to every event possible. And I know Rob has been doing some of that. He's going to be doing more, especially since he's attracted the attention of little political monsters like Ricky and I. We're going to keep his feet to the fire because this seat needs to be progressive conservative. I am tired of Dalton McGuinty's Capital One approach to financial management, hands in your pocket. You know, when you ask the question, what's in your wallet today? It's Premier McGuinty's hand, okay? And we need to get it out. This isn't just a matter of him taking money from us. It's actually using it irresponsibly. And now today, Rob, your colleagues are down there on a contempt motion for an amount of money our minds can barely wrap our heads around. But it's real, and it came from our wallets. We want it back, and we want him out. And we want Rob in. We want anybody else from around the Ottawa area to get rid of a tired, old Liberal brand. The circumstances couldn't be better for you, Rob. And we're calling on you now, and we're calling on you folks, but more importantly, to take you to task and make sure that every single day you're committed to do something until the next election to ensure that this team is on the path to victory. And I think if you can demonstrate that, I see a lot of faces out there that are willing to join you. And I'm happy to be one of those because pretty soon I'm going to be buying a condo down here, so I'll actually be a constituent. And I can be a pesky one. I'm a conservative through and through, but I'm going to want to know what you're up to. I'm going to want to hear from you on the phone. I'm going to want your literature pieces. And if you want me to come out and walk the streets with you, or you want other colleagues or these people on cold days, because it's fixing to be a winter or early spring campaign, you have to earn our confidence. And that means working hard. And we know a thing or two about that. Anne will tell you to a great extent that we spent many cold nights, 30 below and colder, when people would come to their door and there was no election, but I was trying to raise my profile, and they would scratch away the frost, and they'd say, and I'd look like the Uniroyal man. I was dressed up so warm. So who is it? Be like, I'm Greg Rickford. I'm the candidate for the Conservative Party in the next federal election, whenever it will be. And you would go, well, can you just talk through the door? That's a pretty resounding indication that we've got some more work to do. And also an indication that Ontario ratepayers pay way too much for their heat. That's probably why they really didn't open the door. But I go off on yet another issue. We've got serious problems out in northwestern Ontario, structural challenges with our forest sector. We've got an NDP MPP who wants us out in Kenora to pay the same car insurance rates as you're paying down here under their adopted socialized insurance program. Can you imagine living in Sioux Lookout, population 5,000, paying what people pay to operate their vehicle down on Bay Street? It isn't just a disconnect, it's a fundamental misunderstanding of what makes this great province work. We've slipped, folks. This province is no longer on the leading edge under the great days of Bill Davis. We're now right up there with the have-not provinces. Can you imagine? I mean, my riding is the size of Colorado, 85% of the size of Germany. We have more trees than anybody. Buzz off, all of you. We've got gold, we've got trees, we've got chromite, and we have one of the highest unemployment rates in the country. Right? Thank goodness for Canada's Economic Action Plan. We're rebuilding the infrastructure of our communities and the Great Kenora Riding. We topped the list of every infrastructure program known to mankind because our team made a commitment to send a strong voice to Ottawa, and we got on the political radar screen. That's exactly what we need to do here in Ottawa Centre. That's what makes us similar, even though you are only 33 square kilometers. All that tells me is that we've got an honest chance to knock on every door. We've got an honest chance to get out our message to people up and down these condensed streets from now until the next election, which I believe is probably going to be in spring. And if that happens, then we haven't got much land to cover. We just got a lot of people. So folks, I would encourage you, I'm going to be here for a little while. I'm happy to talk to any of you about anything. I'll certainly take your questions now, but I just want to encourage you to support Rob, to support Tim, and show Ontario, get Ontario back on the path to being the leading province of this great country. And if you can do that, if you can help us on the federal level, I know that from Kenora right through to the other side of this province, we are going to take this province places that it used to be. Not that it hasn't been, that it used to be. So, and it will be again. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Greg Rickford, and I'm the Member of Parliament for the Great Kenora Riding. It's an honor and a privilege to serve them, and I'm looking forward to helping you. So let's get this done. Let's get Rob to Toronto, and let's get a strong voice from Ottawa Centre making some noise down there to ensure that this great city is progressive conservative. Thank you very much.